Good morning, Red Arrow, and happy Friday. Let's do cooking in the kitchen for lunch today.
For lunch today, we are having a stuffed breadstick with marinara sauce, broccoli, sweet peas, sidekick smoothies, orange slices, and milk.
Okay, let's see here. Just a few announcements. They look kind of long, but there's just a few. First off, the best one today is Popcorn Friday. Mrs. Sheffy is here helping us, and she is popping popcorn, so make sure when you see her, you tell her thank you, because that takes a lot of work, and we are sure glad she helps us out and volunteers like that. We have several guest teachers in the building today. Pardon me. We have IEPs and some absences and things like that going on. Also, Mr. Wilmer and Mrs. Spula are out this morning. They took some kids to the eye doctor. Mr. Gill is out. He took someone to the bone doctor. Mrs. Sumners, Mrs. Canyu, and Mrs. Cortez are all out for an appointment. And we have Mrs. Williams working in the library, and she's doing Mrs. Sumner's jobs. And then we have Mrs. Cowgill, who is doing Mrs. Williams' jobs. Mrs. Stainbrook is doing Mrs. Canyu's jobs. And for this morning, Miss Kelly is doing Mrs. Cortez's job. Whew! I think I got that all figured out. It's a little confusing. And Mr. Wilmer will be gone all day. I don't know if I said that already or not, but if I did not, there you go. Mr. Wilmer will be out all day. And I think, those are all I'm trying to think. Great job. Shout out to our second grade team and their helpers for the awesome science night last night. I got to enjoy my solid, liquid, and gas treat after the event was over, although Mrs. Weber said I cheated because I didn't put my solid and my liquid together. I kept them separate because that's how I like to do my solids and my liquids. So that's how I roll. What can I say? But great job for that, and thanks for those kids who were able to come last night. Great job at the fiesta. I got to hear some of you singing last night as well, so great job over there. And thank you to everyone who was part of that event. Let's see, what else? Is there anything else? I don't think so. It looks like it's going to be a little chilly today. Looking outside, it may or may not rain. If it doesn't, we will be outside. Hope you brought sweaters or jackets just in case, because it is chilly. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look in our video vault to see what waits for us today.
I need an eraser. I have to shave.
I have some whiskers on my chin.
I saw them in the mirror this morning.
I guess my beard is coming in.
But I don't want to bust or brag it up.
After all, I just turned 10.
I'm kind of young to have a beard.
I'm not too young to join the men.
What do you mean it's not a beard?
Well, yes, it is. Look on my chin.
You say that isn't whiskers there?
It's just no grape jelly smear.
I swear it looked like hair.
It started out so small, really not a lie at all. No, not a lie, more like a fib. Shall we say a truth and live? But as I told a lie, it grew, and each time someone thought it true, it changed a little, just a tad. I think of one more thing to add. Until finally it slipped in my head. Until finally it slipped in my head. Then the tiny lie first said, and now the lie has grown and taken on life of its own. The lie has grown and I have fed it. How I wish I never said it.
Thank you, second graders, for those great poems. Looking forward to hearing some more poems, stories, jokes, riddles, or news that's going on from everybody in the building. So go ahead and keep those videos rolling in to Mrs. Hall or Mr. Vats, or if you want to send them to me, I will do my best to work with them as well. But I will say Mrs. Hall and Mr. Vats are much better at that than I am, because they're more organized than I am with those things. At this time, would you please stand for the pledge?
From Mrs. Hillman's class to help us with the pledge, we have
Byron, Logan.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pledge Helpers. That was a great job, and everyone have a great day, learners.